This video chart presentation of Dendreon Corp. Dendreon's a NASDAQ listed stock, trading our ticker DNDN. Pretty popular stock, really fallen off in recent years, including a drop from around $4.50 last August, down to lows getting near $2, pulled back up to about $2.50, has been basically channeling ever since. But I'm seeing that channel not dip as deep and not go as high, and with it starting to form a wedge, and the Bollinger Bands tightening up, moving averages coming together, I think it's time to watch DNDN to see if it has a sharper move coming. Now with the sideways movement, we're just going to see some neutrality in the indicators. Probably wouldn't matter too much if we had 50 different indicators in here. They're all going to be running right around the middle. You can see the MACD trending right there at 0. Not a particularly bullish or particularly bearish trend at this point, but anytime the MACD is riding at 0, it is a point to pay attention to it to see if it's going to pick a direction and start to show a stronger trend. With that, slow stow is also down low. It's a gauge of momentum, only registering a 31. Shows the momentum to be relatively weak, but again, that's to be expected. Pretty much the same way with the money flow index right there at 50. With the MFI 14, that means the current price is right around its 14-day average. Relative strength index, pretty much right on 50. Showing a little bit of battle between the bulls and bears to try and take control of momentum. Very neutral at this point. So we're not seeing anything surprising through the indicators. Still always good to take a quick look at them to make sure that there's nothing contrasting with the price per share movement. Now, as I mentioned, Bollinger Bands are tightening, moving averages riding together. When those things are happening, typically that's giving hints of a sharper move to come because the Bollinger Bands don't like to run very close together, and moving averages typically don't want to stay together either. There'll be a sharper price movement to separate those moving averages. Now, what I'm talking about with a wedge is something along those lines where you can see the price movement is not swinging as far as it was recently. And what I'd look for from a support and resistance point is in the near term, right through there around $2.75. I'd want to see that hold on any dip, because if it starts to gain some momentum moving downward and we see an increase in volume, it may blow right through some additional support at $2.50 and come back down and test these old lows around $2.25 and effectively break that wedge pattern and start to take on a more bearish look. Now to the upside, in the near term, I'd look right here around 305 to see if it can start to take on some upward pressure, but the clear resistance comes up near 350. That dates back to all the way in September last year. Similar to what can happen if it falls through support. If we see a volume increase and it can take out that 350 mark, this chart will be taking on a much more bullish look, and there's not a lot in the way until DNDN is trying to fill a gap to all the way up near 460. Now it's obviously a considerable upside from Thursday's closing price of $3. And on that point, actually just to go up and challenge this 350 mark is about a 15% move from current levels. So it's not in a bad position with the close support to be used as a stop loss just below the current level. Volume's not an issue in this play. Almost 2 million shares traded on Thursday. That might even actually be below 3-month averages. Stock can trade a lot. You can see through here 25 million shares traded at the beginning of the month. So liquidity is not a concern with getting in and out of this play. I just think it's time to put this on radar to see if it's got a sharper move coming, because it looks like the trading pattern is starting to tighten up in recent weeks. So those are the things that I'll be looking for in the DNDN chart. But as always, it's merely my interpretation. I'm not a financial consultant. Strongly encourage you to do your own proper due diligence. Consult with a qualified financial advisor before making any investment decisions. Past performance is not a guarantee of future results. Please visit the allpennystocks.com website to view the full disclaimer disclosure, and do not base any investment decisions upon any material found on the website and/or its video chart. No person employed by All Penny Stocks, registered investment advisor, or licensed broker-dealer. Thank you for watching. Trade smart.